It's time to address the elephant in the room. The European Super League has just been announced over the weekend. 12 clubs, 12 founding members have agreed to this brand new breakaway league that is going to change football as we know it. The footballing world has been turned on its head. Fans are furious. The owners of these 12 teams are doing it for money, greed, their own benefits, and they just want to help each other with no relegation, no competition, only the elite, the best of the best allowed into this new European Super League. It's going to detract from domestic leagues. There's just so many implications of the footballing world that I could go on forever about it. Yes, I know, one of my clubs, believe it or not, Manchester United, are a part of this. The Glazers are the main contributing, driving factors towards this European Super League ever being formed. It saddens me, honestly. It depletes me to my core. And on days like today, it makes me proud to say that I support one of my local teams in Italy, my hometown club, Frosinone, despite how utterly terrible they've been recently. At least I know for the good of our nation, for the team, for the community, for the club, that we'll never be involved in something as scandalous and corrupt as this new European Super League, and that we're going to stay true to our core. In the perspective of a smaller club, because I see this both ways. I've supported United my whole life and also Frosinone as they've come up through the Italian ranks. Us small clubs dream of playing the big boys, playing against Juve away, visiting the San Siro to play Milan and Inter with some of the most exciting weekends of my life. Even though I live on the other side of the globe, it's something I'll well and truly never forget. With the creation of the Super League, it kills one of the many dreams for the small teams. You know, you're never going to have a Leicester City story. It stops us to dream big because the legitimacy and the prestige of the Champions League and the Europa League has just been diminished significantly.
Fuck the ESL! Fuck the ESL! Fuck the ESL!
Anyways, I could harp on for days, but we are here to do something today in FIFA 21. Despite me being clearly against something like the European Super League happening, it's always exciting and enticing to see what if something like this would happen in FIFA, because there may be some major implications for FIFA 22 upcoming. Who knows if the Super League teams are going to be fully licensed or even be included in FIFA 22. It's something I've always teased and experimented with on the channel. I just did a video a couple of months ago when the big picture rumors were coming out, but right now it just feels like we're living in an alternate reality and the future is just catching up to us too quickly. Now, how I've decided to go ahead with this in career mode is to include those 12 founding members plus a few other clubs to make up a whole league of 20. Yes, it includes the likes of some clubs like PSG and Bayern who haven't agreed to be in this Super League, but we all know PSG aren't going to be involved just because Qatar is hosting the FIFA 2022 World Cup. Eventually, the Parisians will be on board with the idea and honestly just go ahead and join the rest, including teams like Napoli as well, because owners like De Laurentiis have fully supported the ideas of smaller teams not getting any money in the league system and that the bigger teams need a bigger piece of the pie if they're not already getting a bigger piece. And of course, the frauds, the founding members, you've got your Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Inter, a team that entertained the idea, Porto and RB Leipzig. We've got Barcelona, Dortmund, who have opposed it, but we've just included them in here to make up the numbers, and we've thrown them all into Serie A because of course there's no Serie B in FIFA 21. There's going to be no relegation, just like in this European Super League. No competition, no threat towards their financial situation or status. All these clubs and their owners have nothing to worry about. We're going to be taking charge of champions elect in Serie A, Inter, who recently have been rebranded to a terrible logo, so it's probably the last time we get to appreciate their iconic logo in FIFA. As we venture towards a new future, a brand new era of football, I'm going to try and simulate as much as possible, as many years into the future, how the Premier League, the Champions League, Europa League, all those other separate competitions are going to survive. I am very keen to see how this plays out in FIFA, not so much real life. Here's the brand new look of the Serie A, aka the European Super League, and here is your look of the brand new 20 teams involved. Who would win in the inaugural season? Who would not even get relegated but just finish last? Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. We've left transfers on so the Super League clubs can trade amongst themselves, and the Champions League, I mean, who's playing in this competition anymore? You get hardly any prize money. 300 million, you can only get that in the European Super League. The Champions League is absolutely in tatters at the moment. Oh god, the Europa League would probably be even worse, to be fair. Look at the Europa League, Sheffield United in the Europa League. This current footballing landscape I'm looking at right now is something I never want to see happen in football ever. As we simulate through the calendar as many years as possible, let me know down in the comments below, guys, what are your thoughts on the European Super League? I can imagine a lot of you are despising it right now, but whether you support one of the big 12 teams that are going to break away or you support a team that wants no parts in this, let me know down in the comments below. Let's detach ourselves from reality for a bit and just get on with the rest of the experiment. Now, it's common knowledge that the football transfer market is overinflated. We have seen some of the biggest transfer prices of all time. Now let's take a glance and see how the European Super League has affected that. Have there been more big transfers? We can see right here, Immobile choosing Barcelona. He switched to the Super League, and Upamecano has gone from RB Leipzig to Barca as well. It looks like the Blaugrana are using their new £300 million well. Alphonso Davies going from Super League club to Super League club. Stefan de Vrij has switched allegiances to Chelsea. Varane has headed off to Spurs, and Jack Grealish has completely abandoned the Premier League. He is now moving to Super League club Manchester City for £63.6 million. Despite their £300 million, Arsenal have still seen fit to sell off some key assets, including Bukayo Saka to Juventus and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, another big pickup for Real Madrid. United have finally invested in their defence with the arrival of Clement Lenglet for £57.8 million, and PSG is still at it again, probably one of the favourites to win the Champions League in real life this year. Another player that has ditched the Premier League in favour for the Super League is Richarlison. I'm surprised after his recent tweets, he's gone ahead and joined Atletico Madrid for £44.6 million. It's fascinating to see a lot of the big clubs, the elite clubs, doing business amongst themselves, not really involving any of the smaller teams, as Lacazette has actually just wants out of the Super League. He doesn't care. He wants to go back to the Premier League, and the Frenchman has now joined Leicester City for £38.7 million. On the other hand, though, Vardy has betrayed the Foxes, so many storylines here that are developing with this new Super League, and the transfer window has gone absolutely bonkers. Here is the end of Season 1 in the Super League, and I can't even say RB Leipzig, Porto, and Ajax have been relegated. They've just finished in the bottom 3, no implications whatsoever. Maybe I should stop managing Inter, move somewhere else that doesn't involve the Super League, so we can just watch this transpire from afar. However, in the bottom half of the table, it's Juventus, Spurs, Chelsea, our Inter in 14th, Dortmund and AS Monaco down in the trenches. Meanwhile, we move further up the table, and we've got PSG, Milan, and Arsenal all currently outside the top 7. Meanwhile, Manchester United just missed out on European places to qualify for the Champions League and Europa League. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich have been crowned the inaugural Super League champions with 74 points, beating out Barcelona and Man City in the top 3. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Atletico Madrid finished off the top 6. Out of nowhere, the Coppa Italia has now become the most prestigious tournament in world of football, with PSG winning it out 4-1 against Arsenal in the final, with all the European Super League teams participating, plus a couple extras. We now have something exciting to look upon after every single season. In terms of the UEFA Super Cup, somehow Sevilla won 1-0 over Fiorentina, and the team who were actually controlling Inter made it all the way to the final, only to get defeated by Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-0, and it's exactly what you've seen in the memes on Twitter. The Champions League is completely done for. We've seen the likes of West Ham versus RB Salzburg in the round of 16, giant clashes like Lokomotiv Moscow versus Frankfurt also in the knockout stages. It's completely and utterly turned this competition into a joke. UEFA are completely rattled, and yeah, it's good to see this in a FIFA sense, not real life. Let me just reiterate that. I don't even know where to begin with the Europa League, but Napoli have gone ahead and won at 4-3, something they couldn't do in real life. For the time being, the Europa League is looking kind of semi-normal with the random inclusion in there like Sheffield United. It's going to take a while for this Super League to fully set in. I think we'll start to see the major impacts come the start of Season 2, Season 3 and onwards. Meanwhile, here, top goal scorers in the European Super League, we've got Lewandowski in 38 matches. He's scored 19 goals. Luis Suarez still showing that he's got it, the Uruguayan bag, in 17. Mane and Salah make the top 5 with 17 each. Also, Benzema and Griezmann, the two Frenchmen, with 16 goals each. Edinson Cavani was Manchester United's top goal scorer with 15, but you can see a very balanced, like, no one's running away with the golden boot. No one's even scored over 20, and it's created a much tighter top scorers race. In terms of assists, we've got Benzema and Wijnaldum both tied on 9, with the likes of Odegaard, Ziyech, Insigne, Immobile, Neymar, and Modric all tied with 8 assists each. Keep in mind, this is probably not how the Super League is going to be played or formatted in real life. This is not an exact recreation of what's going to go down. Let's hope it doesn't, but what could potentially go down. I mean, who really cares about the integrity of the Super League? It's just a FIFA experiment, but I don't think Sir BCHD has enough integrity, and he has got it in him to coach a Super League team. He would never, upon his wildest dreams, he loves the fairy tale, he loves the smaller clubs, trying to shoot for the stars. So I think he's going to leave Inter. He's had one season, he's one and done. He is out of here. The Super League is no more. After this, we're going to drop back and check in. So for now, we have no current impact, no influence on the experiment whatsoever. So BCHD's had enough. Franchise football, get it in the bin. The Americanization of the game we love. I'm standing no more part. So Celtic, arguably a team that could have potentially been involved in this, just for the sake of more European representation in the quote-unquote Super League. We're going to be joining them in the Scottish Premier League and taking a glance and analysing how the Super League lives on from afar. Season 2's transfers are looking a bit like this for the Super League. Phil Foden, for some reason, has just completely abandoned Man City. I guess he's just sick of playing the best teams every week. He's gone back to the Premier League. Meanwhile, Paul Pogba has finally left Manchester United, and he is going to be be joining a fellow Super League opposition Barcelona. Leicester are spending again, but they've also sold their Belgian golden boy to Dortmund in the Super League for 69.5 mil. Donyell Milan has abandoned PSV for Juve in the Super League as well, and Chelsea pick up Carvajal. Meanwhile, Hummels makes the move to AC Milan. The major transfers going about, whether they're in January or the summer. Big money is being spent, and you can see the effect of that extra ad revenue, the extra TV deals, more brand deals for the Super League clubs as the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Here's how it all went down in the sophomore year of the Super League's existence. We have RB Leipzig again finishing in that bottom three, but meanwhile it's Monaco and Borussia Dortmund joining them. Ajax come out in 17th. Meanwhile, we have the low bottom half of the table strugglers. Italian clubs like Inter and Milan, also Napoli in the bottom half. Chelsea down in 13th as Porto come in 12th, which is quite surprising. In the top half, you're going to see the same old teams competing, and this time winning the league. Okay, they've gone back to back. Bayern Munich, the champions of the Super League. Are the fans going to even celebrate? Do they even care? The Bavarians coming out with 89 points, beating Man City, their closest title contenders, as Liverpool, Barca, PSG, and Real Madrid finish off the top 6, and United finish in 7th again. Okay, I forgot about this. For some reason, the big clubs are going to find their way back into the Champions League because we've placed them in Serie A. They gain those qualification spots. As much as the club's owners despise it, Man City have lost the Champions League final to Bayern Munich, so it looks like Munich are the real winners of this whole experiment for the time being. Some form of normality is slowly being restored in this Champions League competition. You can start to see the bigger teams coming out through and qualifying. Meanwhile, in the Europa League, it looks like the Super League clubs that qualify through Serie A are going to be in the final, and it's PSG beating out Atletico Madrid 1-0 in the Europa League. I'd love if we could make this possible in FIFA, how all the players from the top 6 clubs or any player that participates in the Super League won't be allowed to qualify for the World Cup. That's one of my major pet peeves. When it starts intruding on the international tournament, something I love and hold dear to my heart, that's when I start to get infuriated. And this World Cup, if it didn't have the biggest and best players, would be so fun to watch unfold, but it's probably just going to be like every other World Cup. I forgot to cover this in Season 1, but the Toffees take out the Premier League title with 91 points. They finish on top, and the Blues forever victorious, but we've got some teams from different countries like Torino, Atalanta, the teams we had to replace in Serie A, so you're going to see a couple of mixtures in there, few Italian teams participating. In a league situation where PSG or Monaco don't exist, we have Lyon taking out the title with 87 points, and of course a couple of Italian teams are sprinkled in here because we had to replace them with someone. The Bundesliga without Bayern actually see Fiorentina take home the German title. I think I've officially confirmed that I've broken career mode. What have I done with this footballing landscape? Hellas Verona in 12th. This is literally the definition of fantasy football in La Liga. In a league without the big three, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico, Villarreal take home the title with 91 points as the Yellow Submarine become champions of Spain. Now quickly, I've just rejoined Inter just to have a look at the top goal scorers charts. Let's get a better understanding of these player stats, and right now we've got Eden Hazard, the Belgian, on top with 24 goals in 38 matches. He wins the Golden Boot. This time players are scoring over 20 goals, including Richarlison, Sadio Mane, Griezmann, and Sterling. They've all put up a great effort, scoring loads of goals in the Super League. In terms of the assist charts, we have RB Leipzig's Angelino with 13, the Spanish left back, bombing up and down the right hand side. What a remarkable season for him, as Eden Hazard, the top goal scorer, finishes second. We've got the likes of Harry Kane, Mahrez, and Joao Felix, all with 10 assists apiece. The Ballon d'Or, surely not a non-European Super League player, will go ahead and win the best player of the year, but we have two candidates. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the Prem. Obviously, they just come off winning the Premier League, and Real Sociedad's Oyarzabal. They're both going up against Lewandowski and Raheem Sterling, so it's going to be very interesting to see the Super League versus non-Super League clubs rivalry in the Ballon d'Or. Who's going to win it? Who's going to take home the prize in this current footballing landscape? And it's gone to Robert Lewandowski. I'll let them off on this one because honestly, personally, I think he deserved to win it after 2020. It's been awarded to a Bayern player participating in the Super League. Let's see if that's a common trend for the years to come. Fueled by £6 billion, this whole project, this brand new league, is literally all about money. So that is what the transfers are going to be. They're going to be jacked up prices. Player sales and trades are going to be through the roof. And we have Lukaku, as we have the most expensive Lukaku going to Manchester City for £107.7 million. And Cuckoo joining Barcelona for 95 mil. Lukaku just completely betrayed Manchester United. Serge Gnabry, the German, joining Manchester United for 89. Ruben Dias going to Barcelona. The Ballon d'Or winner Lewandowski, the Pole, is making the switch to Barca as well. So as you can see, the top transfers are just going on between the Super League clubs, and if the Super League clubs are buying outside the Super League, it is from the quote-unquote smaller teams, the non-prestigious, the non-elite, and they are just picking apart their best players. So the best players are kind of gravitating towards the new European Super League. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that in this video, but it is very rare to see two non-European Super League clubs do business together, or at least do business together in these top transfers, or in the most expensive, as this time Leicester City have won the Premier League. The Foxes have done just what they did in 2016. They've relived the magic just in a league without the Big Six. So I don't know if it feels the same for Leicester City fans, but Everton couldn't defend their crown, sitting in second as Wolves and Atalanta finish off the top four. Ligue 1 sees Lyon take it out again. It looks like Lyon and Lille are the two main powerhouses in French football in this new little landscape we've got going on here. The Bundesliga this time is won by a German outfit. Fiorentina couldn't defend their crown as they finish or slump down in 5th. Wolfsburg take home the title. And over in La Liga, the Yellow Submarine are slowly imprinting their footprint on Spanish football. They go back to back. There's really no point in checking in on the Champions League, as it's just going to be the best Super League clubs that qualify out of Serie A. Roma win the Europa League, and of course PSG take down Liverpool 3-1 in the final. Here is the current outlook of the Super League 3 years in, and Arsenal have finished rock bottom. The Gunners literally have no hope. Why are they even involved in this competition in real life? The North London Frauds have finished bottom of the pack. Meanwhile, Porto and Dortmund join them in the bottom three. Ajax floating above that so-called relegation zone. Meanwhile, in the bottom half includes the likes of Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Milan, Napoli, Monaco, and Atletico as the big boys, the elite of the elite, fighting for the spots. We finally have a brand new title winner. It is Liverpool with 71 points, beating out Man City and Barca in a 3-horse/4-horse title race. It would have come down to the final day as back-to-back winners at Bayern finish in 5th, and the Inter that I didn't control just changed over to check the end of season stats, finish in 6th. Gabriel Jesus fair and square takes home the Golden Boot, being the top goal scorer in the Super League with 22 goals. Sadio Mane and Salah still killing it for Liverpool, winning them the title with 19 goals apiece. And also the two Brazilians, Richarlison and David Neres, getting in on the act with 19 goals each. Iheanacho for Arsenal finishing rock bottom. The Nigerian still managed to score 18 goals. I don't know who this guy is, but someone called Wind, he's literally an element, scored 18 goals for Bayern Munich. If Jonas Wind can bang in goals in the Super League for fun, I think anyone can. I think we're going to simulate one more season. We'll check in on the Ballon d'Or winner next, but honestly, if this is a future insight and scope towards the future, I'm not about it. I'm probably going to lose my love for football if this happens. The game's though. Money is money at the end of the day. So let's get around this final season of the Super League being in FIFA. Now, I don't think anyone saw this coming. I'm completely taken aback by this because no Super League players have been nominated for the Ballon d'Or. That's right, FIFA is shifting the focus back onto the actual domestic league. So we've got 2 La Liga, 1 Ligue 1, and 1 Premier League superstar nominated. Paco Alcacer, Chukwueze from the Spanish champions Villarreal, Depay from Lyon, and Lacazette. I think they're all domestic champions. No one in the Super League's been worthy to be nominated in the top 4, so let's see who wins it. In 2023, the player of the year is Memphis Depay from Lyon. They won the French championship 2 years in a row, and the Ligue 1 champions now have a Ballon d'Or winner in their ranks. Ex-Manchester United player, the Dutchman, has secured it at 29 years of age. He's not been drawn into any Super League club. He's denied all the offers, stayed loyal to the French outfit, and it's paid dividends. It's a new season, and we officially have a new winner crowned in the Super League. It's finally Los Blancos to take charge. Florentino Perez's side, the main mastermind behind the Super League actually happening. They go ahead and win the league by a point. Juve right behind them, and of course Liverpool always in contention. Bayern, Real Madrid, and Liverpool so far can say that they've won the tournament outright. Meanwhile, Man City, Barca, and PSG make up that top 6. And just missing out on the actual European football, we've got Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Chelsea, and United just finishing in the top half. Meanwhile, towards the bottom end of the spectrum, we've got Arsenal still struggling. Porto surprised a couple years back, but they finished with the wooden spoon. Ajax, who've been picking their head above that bottom 3 zone, have finally been dragged in, finishing in 18. You've got that little trident of Italian clubs, Napoli, Inter, and Milan, from 12th to 14th, all failing horrendously. The kind of transfers we saw take place this season was Gabriel Jesus for £130.2 million. The Brazilian joined Real Madrid and won the Super League with them. Kimpembe joined Man City for that 9-figure range again, £116.5 million in the bank for them. Leon Goretzka switching allegiances to Barcelona for £99.6 million. The Blaugrana paid as they sold Dayot Upamecano to Bayern, a team he's actually joining in real life, for 96.8. From one Super League club to another, Moise Kean has joined Manchester City as Myron Bawadu, who took his time. He applied his services at AZ Alkmaar for quite a while, but he couldn't help the offering from Liverpool, as the Reds paid 75.8 million for the Dutch striker. Luka Jovic has permanently made his move away to Monaco for 69 million pounds away from Real Madrid, as Napoli lose their key defender Kalidou Koulibaly, moving to PSG. The Uruguayan Mauro Arambari has joined Spurs in the Super League for 65 mil, just like Dominic Szoboszlai, so they're gaining in a fair flow of new talent to the Super League, as a lot of young wonder kids and even established players are gravitating towards this new and exciting competition. The current footballing world, transfers, where teams are located, how this has affected just career mode in general, it's all over the place. It's a hot mess right now. In other leagues, it is Leicester winning the league again. Is it as special as 2016? Probably not, but they are crowned champions of England, as Everton finish runners-up again, Wolves in the top 3, and clubs like Aston Villa, West Ham, Leeds all performing quite to decent standards. In League 1, it's the Ballon d'Or winner Memphis Depay winning with Lyon yet again 4 years in a row, as the Bundesliga sees Season 1 Champions League winners Borussia Mönchengladbach take home the title. Meanwhile, Fiorentina down in 8th as Verona in 10th. They saw 2 of their players nominated for the Ballon d'Or, but they couldn't back up their title, as Valencia, the new crowned champions of Spain in La Liga, finished first. And just to wrap things up again here in the player stats, we have the top scorers of the Super League in Season 4, Ansu Fati for Barca winning the Golden Boot over Bruno Fernandes and Daniel Milan. He scored 25 goals. That is a record so far in the Super League. Fernandes with 24, Milan with 23, and Neymar still up there with 21, alongside Sterling and Lukaku for Man City. In terms of assists, it was Liverpool's Koke with 12, Hudson-Odoi and Arthur both in the double digits for assists. And that is that. Just to wrap up this Super League video, this is all the teams and their starting 11s. We'll just scroll over and see what kind of changes have happened, what the teams are looking like now with 4 seasons of Super League investment, facing the best of the best every week, what the club owners want at the end of the day. They've made their millions, they've left their history behind, they have literally stabbed every footballing fan in the back. No matter, because the elitists have lined their pockets, they've destroyed the game, and if this is the future, I'm severely worried about the sport. A passion that I hold dear to my heart is literally going to be taken away from not just me, but millions, if not billions. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like on it at the end of the day. This is all virtual, so I guess we can keep that in mind, but subscribe for more career mode videos coming at ya. Follow me on all my socials down in the description. As always, I've been Sir BCHD, #No to the Super League, and I'll see you all in the very next video.